The message from the lost truck should have answered everything. Instead, it raised even more questions. The driver wasn't dead. The truck wasn't destroyed. And somebody had spent 20 years making sure nobody looked too closely. We left the wreck behind and started for headquarters. For the first time since finding the beacon, I had a feeling we were looking in the wrong place. Back aboard Convoy 1, I went through the manifests again. The cargo made sense. The paperwork didn't. Names had been changed. Records had been altered. Entire shipments had vanished from the system. The more I looked, the worse it got. Then I noticed something. The signatures. Every altered manifest carried the same name. The driver's. Jerry was less concerned, mostly because he was busy eating evidence. Jerry looked up from a bag of potato chips and shrugged. If this whole mystery turns out to be a 20-year-old argument over snack food, I'm going to be disappointed. I wasn't laughing. Something wasn't right. The trail led back to RMMF headquarters. If the manifest were real, then the driver hadn't disappeared. Not completely. Somewhere in those records was the answer. All we had to do was find it. The personnel files were older than both of us. Thousands of names, thousands of employees. Then I found him. The missing driver, right where nobody thought to look. He wasn't listed as missing. He wasn't listed as retired. He wasn't listed as deceased. He was listed as management. Jerry's realization. I showed Jerry the file. He stared at it. Then he stared at me. Then back at the file. You're telling me we went to the bottom of the ocean? For a guy that's been sitting in meetings? I nodded. For once, Jerry was speechless. The former driver wasn't surprised to see us. If anything, he looked relieved. Almost like he'd been expecting us. He listened quietly while I explained everything we'd found. Then he leaned back in his chair and smiled. The truth. You're asking the wrong question. That was the first thing he said. Not why the truck disappeared. Not why the manifests were changed. Not even why the cargo was hidden. The real question was much simpler. Why had the beacon started transmitting again? The beacon didn't accidentally come back on. Somebody turned it back on. Somebody wanted the truck found. And somebody wanted the truth uncovered. The only question left was, the driver wasn't missing. The truck wasn't forgotten. And somewhere inside RMMF, a 20-year-old mystery had just come back to life. The driver who vanished. To be continued.